Strong ties. So Cantoni and Tardini have explained that the strength of a virtual community or an online community can be broken down into these three characteristics: belonging, identity, and interest. Of course, we all understand the human need to belong, and we understand the factor of interest or attention, but identity is a feature that people who study the internet or think about the internet have long been captivated by, made famous by Peter Steiner's 1993 cartoon, which shows a dog sitting at a computer saying to one of his friends, on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog. That's probably a dad joke. Sherry Turkle, writing about online identity in her 1995 book, Life on the Screen, interviews some people, in particular one college student who sees his real life as just another window on the computer screen. And she's really interested in what potential the internet has to create multiplicity and fragmentation of our identities. Nicholas Carr is concerned with what the internet is actually doing to our brains. He wrote a book in 2010 called The Shallows, and an article not long before that called Is Google Making Us Stupid? He refers to a body of knowledge from neuroscience called neuroplasticity, which is the idea and the science that explains that our brains, even as adults, can adapt to the different types of activities. So when we click from surface to surface to surface on the internet, we're changing the way that we, not just the way we think, but we're reorganizing the way that our brain is able to perform these tasks. Carr believes that as people optimize their abilities to multitask online, we reduce our ability to think creatively and deeply. But in the grand scheme of evolution, it's only in the last 500 years that we've developed these abilities to sit and read in quiet spaces, and that the way that we act and react to things on the internet is much more like our Paleolithic ancestors, where the distraction was a tool of survival. Either it meant, what's that? What's that? A predator, velociraptor coming at me. Dinosaurs and people did not live at the same time. A velociraptor coming at me. I've got to run. Or, hey, what's that? What's that? Squirrel. I could eat it. And we would grab it. Distractions actually helped us to survive in a different kind of environment and world. But do these kinds of distractions actually improve the quality of our life? That is, strengthen relationships, make us feel good about who we are and what we're doing? Or, as Sherry Turkle writes about in 2011, the title of her book is Alone Together. Is the internet and these digital networked technologies making us more isolated? She says that technology promises to let us do anything from anywhere with anyone, but it also drains us as we try to do everything everywhere. Dana Boyd is interested in the lives of digital natives, that is, people who were born into a world already complete with digital networks. In her book called It's Complicated, The Social Lives of Network Teens, she focuses on how teenagers use the technology to connect with each other. She also has advice for the parents of these teens, which is rather than setting limits on how their kids should use the technology, that parents actually advocate, help the kids find time for physical and social activities, making time and space for those things to happen. Tiffany Shlain, a writer, director, filmmaker, and founder of the Webby Awards, also feels the kind of overwhelming.
I mean, doesn't it feel like you're always being distracted or beeped at or tweeted or... I mean, I just feel like I'm influenced by so many different things. I feel like I'm in an emotional pinball machine.
The overwhelming energy and the drain of being connected all the time.
So as we rush into this era of hyper-connected human evolution, we need to evolve and adapt to be more mindful of what we're doing online and when we should go off.
She advocates for a Tech Sabbath or a Tech Shabbat, which is a period of time where everybody unplugs from their screens and reduces the amount of technology that they expose themselves to.
We still drive cars and use electricity, but for us, no screens, no TV, no cell phone, or anything that pulls us away from being together. It's our interpretation of the essence of Shabbat, being present.
Is that something that you would like to try? One whole day without checking your phone or email or the Instagram feed or Facebook or Twitter, or without watching TV, where you hang out person to person with someone you love or care about? So if it's not a whole day, what about pieces of the day? Would you like to try that? Maybe no screens or phones at the dinner table, or when you're eating a meal. What do you think you would need to set that up? What kinds of rules would you create? Tell me about what you think about that, how you might go about doing that, and or if you have done it, what benefits have you seen or felt? Until next time, I will see you on the internet.